Hello, my beautiful friends. I've got a beautiful amethyst here. I wanted to talk today about energy, and is anyone else feeling really, really drained with our environment, the people maybe around, or maybe it's on social media. I think for me, just having a bit of negativity to deal with. And the topic of how do we protect our energy? How do we protect our boundaries? Something that I have struggled with so much. So I wanted to sort of consult the cards and also talk about what I've learned and see if it can help anyone else, and also just to help myself. So I've pulled three cards. I never look at them because I want to get my first reactions, but I never look at them beforehand, is what I mean. So here are the three cards. We've got Seven of Wands, we've got the Moon, and we've got Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of fiery energy and body work energy here. And we have the Moon. So I think the Moon is really depicting here when we feel overwhelmed by emotions or other people's emotions, when, yeah, it all becomes just too much. And I think you can feel like you're sinking. And I want to learn how to swim through it and remain centered like this beautiful woman. So, whether that's through yoga or through meditation or quiet time, and when there's a lot coming at you, to have your own sort of bubble of protection around you. And then, Queen of Wands, I mean, she is just all about your intuition and about finding joy and dance and movement, and just feeling good in yourself is the best sort of protection, and loving yourself. She's a very loving energy. It's like a mother energy. So it's like being mother to yourself, because you're going to protect your child or your dog, right? So you need to protect yourself, because also speaking about dogs or animals really pick up on our psychic boundaries and our energy, and when things are dysregulated, so too our dogs, their nervous systems can be affected. So it's really important for our animals as well. So I think energy protection is about daily practice. I don't think it's about putting your shield up in the moment. I mean, there is that too, or cutting people out. We can be discerning, and I'll speak to that in a bit, but it's more about yourself. Like, so every morning I'll tell you what I do with Merlin. So we go for our walk. That's the first thing we do in the morning. We try and get our circadian rhythm in tune with nature. So meaning that we get up within those 2 hours after dawn, and connect with the sun, connect with the wind if the wind is up, whatever kind of element in nature. And I say hello to my nature parents, because that's my tradition and practice, the Karo practice. And so I feel immediately quite grounded. I'm nourishing my body with a juice. I take a juice of vegetables and fruits with me. And I fill our bubble, myself and my dog Merlin, with love. And I say a little saying. So I say, with this love that we have for each other, and I feel that because I'm so connected to that love all the time. With this love that we feel for each other, we are protected. And then I like to do a bit of like a, by the will of our creator. I don't know. I just like that bit. And I immediately feel like this bubble of like, wow, yeah, this feels good. Nothing can touch us. You can't touch this. Boom, 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 boom. But anyway, so, and then when we walk to the beach every day. So we're connecting in with nature. I think connecting with nature is really helpful, and asking for help. And I draw a circle in the sand around where we're going to sit, and that's my protection. And I fill that with the love for myself, and the love that Merlin and I have for each other. And I sometimes I ask for invisibility too, because I don't want people to disturb me, or dogs running in or whatever. We have some crows that follow us. They're a couple. And when it's on the beach, it's my time and Merlin's time. So I also just communicate with them that we're off limits. So I think communication is really good, communicating with yourself and also communicating with others, with intention. And what else do I do? Like, so this morning I've had some icky social media, some self-righteous person sort of trying to get in on my posts. And I'm like a bouncer for my own posts. If I've posted something, I will just delete comments that I don't like. That's like, hey, I'm the bouncer here. But I also need to sort of delete it. So I have to delete, like I just visually like press delete, 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 for maybe a person or a voice that's in my head or anything. And I just keep deleting each time my mind is like drawn back into that whirling cycle of worry, or just like, did I act right? Should I have deleted that? Or, these doubts. And I just go delete, delete, delete. Because I am really trying to practice self-worth. I don't need that and I don't choose it. Then what do? We come back home. I have my morning sauna, infrared sauna. It's a little tent. It's nothing too exciting, but that just really helps because your skin is your biggest boundary, right? Biggest protection in your body, your immunity. So I like to detoxify in the sauna, warm up my body. I choose natural moisturizers so I'm not putting more toxins or anything that can take up my energy. And at night, I body brush just to keep the skin, and support the skin and the health of it. And then also our mucosal layers are important. So I do like electric neti pot for my sinuses. I take a gut barrier for my gut. And yeah, it's like if we can look after our inner temple and our outer temple, our body, then this is our best protection. So it's like a regular routine. So psychic self-defense. I'm looking at my notes now. We have a few astrological things happening. And so I'm going to choose the planets Mars, Saturn, and Neptune to help with this sort of topic. I think for me, this year, 2026, I want to protect my peace, my well-being. I would like, I haven't quite developed it yet, but I want a mantra around peace and ease as well. So I'm putting that consciously out to the universe, to the cosmos. During COVID, I did read an interesting book about no and saying no as your best defense. And I think that is important as well, especially for people like myself who just more yes people or people pleasers, that it's really good to develop a good no, boundaried no. And rather than what keep out, I'll speak to that in a second. What do I bring in? So to make sure I have quiet time every day, because I think our boundaries are blurred when our mind is overfilled or overwhelmed, when our emotions are overwhelmed. So the quiet time just helps to bring clarity. And if you've got clarity, then that's your defense, because you can be like more step out of yourself and be sort of more of an observer or an objective to anything that feels invasive or threatening. Yeah, and then your instincts are better too, as well, about picking stuff up early enough. Cleaner reactions. This is the centering in the body. So I think, yeah, quiet time really speaks to this card about if you can keep into your center, and that can also be like solar plexus work or yoga around the core, then whatever's coming at you, like these ones, then it doesn't penetrate, or it doesn't push you off balance. I know when my psychic energy is out of balance, I feel like there's winds whirling around me and I'm just like shaking like a branch that's about to break. So physically we can do a lot as well, like sleep. I'm tired at the moment. So that's when I'm tired, I know that my boundaries are low and I haven't got much time for negativity and people. And so at those times, like this morning, I'm just like delete and just block, if it's social media or something like that, because I just don't have the energy for anything else. I would love to be able to see that person, hear that person, communicate, maybe debate a bit, but I don't have that energy. So I just really want to honor where I'm at in that moment and then not doubt that or have to shame myself about that. But if I could get more sleep, I feel that would be good. And food and water. So I do nourish myself with food and with water, and I have purified water. So I personally distill my water and then I put minerals back in. And yeah, today I'm going to take some rest because I need it. And also movement. Like movement is so important to get rid of. It's like a detox, isn't it? To get rid of things, to help your lymph nodes, to help your body regulate. So yes, we're already on page 2. Then I like my medallions or gemstones. To me, tiger eye is a nice protection one. Any of the black crystals and gemstones are very protective. And yeah, written down here, a moderate life is a defended life. I actually got this from a fellow astrologer who was talking about this topic as well. And he talks about Goldilocks, just right. Like the porridge is just right and the bed is just right. So I think what he was talking to, Adam Ellenbus is his name, is that when we go to extremes, so these are like addictions. So I have a sweet tooth, and if I've gone to some extreme of eating a load of chocolate cupcakes or something, then I'm going to be off balance, and then I am unprotected. So it's about like just moderation, what we take in. I have a cup of coffee in the morning, and then I ask my body, can I have another coffee if I want one? And if it says no, I do a sway test. Then I don't. Sugar, coffee, like because if you bend your boundaries for your own self-care, then you're bending your boundaries for your own protection. It's not good. It's like, no, I want good solid boundaries. I want to have a mind bath where I'm I'm careful about what I'm thinking about what I'm reading, what I'm taking in, what I'm listening to, and what content are you allowing in. So yes, then I think identifying like what you don't want and then identifying what you do want. So I want peace. So I like humming or bringing music in or singing and dancing. That brings me into that flow that I want and that ease and peace. And yeah, second to last, I've put who are you keeping company with? So if there's a lot of negative people, you don't have to necessarily stop associating with them. But I know like I have boundaries over certain topics. So like if they start talking about politics or the news, I'll put in some boundaries. If they are being very, very negative, I'll just say, look, I'm just picking up on some negativity that I'm not robust enough for at the moment. And surrounding yourself with like role models or people that make you laugh, people that are aligned with you. They can provide a buffer as well and some security and support. And disengage with the news, with people, with social media. If your cup is full like mine is, if I've got my cup of overwhelm is too full at the moment, then I'm just going to use my discernment and be a bouncer for myself, and feel okay about that, and trying to reduce stimulation. I've been scrolling. Is it called doom scrolling? I've been scrolling a lot, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm aware. So I'm going to do something about that and give myself a break, some rest. I hope this has been helpful. Probably to summarize is, what can we do as a daily practice? So what is that in terms of, are you filling your bubble or your protection, your energetic bubble, your aura? What are you filling with that? Fill that with love as your main protection. And then what are you keeping out? What are you keeping in? And some peaceful time and some nice physical time for the body. And yeah. Oh, singing, by the way, I used singing once. So I just had my diagnosis of lung cancer. And the first thing I thought when I got in the car was go to the vegetable shop. So I went to the vegetable shop. I went to the vegetable shop in Wimborne because I just discovered it. And I went to the church in Wimborne, which is right by it. And it's a beautiful church, beautiful grounds. And I just took my shoes off and planted my feet into the grass. And this woman just made a beeline for me. I saw her coming. I saw her energy like, and I was like, no, 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 I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to bring peace to myself. And she came up and she said, dogs are not allowed on this piece of grass. It's sacred ground. And she pointed over to like the sign, which was like very weathered and I hadn't seen it. And I was like, but dogs are sacred. Like dogs are God's beings, they're sacred. So they are allowed on sacred ground. Anyway, I did not have the energy. This is my normal self. I'll just engage in argument here. I didn't have the energy for that. So what I did is I just started opera singing. I just opened my mouth and I was just like, no, etc. And I just went louder and louder, and she was really going for me. And I felt this bubble just surround me. I couldn't hear her. And she just then stood and waited. She was just like, yeah, we're just gonna wait. And I just carried on. I just went on and on and on. My voice, because at the time I couldn't breathe very well, but I could still sing. And I just carried on and on and on. And then some people walked in the background, and then she got a bit self-conscious. So she left. And that was how I defended myself. So, do what you need, do what needs must. Anyways, mwah, I love you all, and let me know your feedback. And what do you do? I'd love to learn from others.